What's up, ladies? It's Coach Steph. I am not usually live on a Sunday, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'll make this brief. We're gonna be talking about the fit mindset that you need to lose the weight, right? So I think this is an important topic. So come on in if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that y'all are watching. I love that you guys watch the replays because the content lives on. Makes it easier on my end, and I know that typically these are pretty valuable for you guys. So if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, we're going to be talking about what is a fit mindset and some ways that you might be thinking that might be the opposite of that, and then what we need to be thinking. But this is going to be a quick one, so come on in, say hello if you're hopping on live. I do want to remind you guys that the Fit Figure Formula is open for enrollment, y'all. I announced on my last live that I really, have partnered with a firm, and you can buy now, pay later, y'all. You can lose weight now and pay later. So, hey, Kiara. So let me know if you're interested in that. There's the pinned link that's always there for you to book a call to join the next round. In this next round of the Fit Figure Formula, I'm going to be walking you through Halloween, through Thanksgiving, through Christmas. This is typically the most crucial part of the year, okay? Because this is the time of year where there's a lot of cakes, cookies, pies, holiday parties. In some areas of the country, it gets really cold and you don't want to move as much. And so during the latter part of the years when we tend to undo all of the progress that we have made throughout the year. And part of what I'm going to be talking about today is the mindset that you need to not do that. And I help my clients by giving them very simple mindset tools. If you are yo-yo dieting, you know how to lose weight. You already know how to lose weight, like the macros and the amount of calories that you need. You know all of that, or it's Googleable, right? The value in coaching is that I get to hear your story, why you are not showing up for yourself, how you're self-sabotaging, and then because when I'm talking to a client and I'm coaching them, I'm listening to them, but I'm hearing everything that they're not saying, right? I'm hearing the things underneath that, and then I'm like, oh, here's your brain. This is the thought error that's happening to why you keep stopping and starting over on Monday, and that's what's keeping you from your goal. If you want to create a lifestyle and stop dieting, you've got to start thinking differently. And the topics or the sentences that I'm going to show you today are things that I've heard women say. And it used to, I guess, kind of puzzle me, oh, is that how you think? But I want you to know that if you want to do something different, if you want to be different, you want to have something different, you have to think differently. You'll never accomplish something more outside of your scope of how you're thinking, right? So I teach my clients how to think powerful thoughts. Of course, I'm going to teach you the nutrition part, right? I'm going to teach you all of that in a very simple, non-overwhelming lifestyle way. I never tell my clients not to eat certain things, but the biggest transformation that my clients get is always going to be their mindset, and this is what you can take with you way beyond the 16 weeks that we work together. So if you're interested in talking with me more about that, there are payment plans and buy now, pay later options available. You can click the link in the comments. So, hey Tawana, did you change your photo on your profile? It looks different. Tamika, hey ladies. All right, so fit mindset. So what am I talking about when I say this, right? When you live a lifestyle where you're not dieting, where you're not constantly going vegan or going keto, and you have balance, right? You haven't restricted any foods, but you're not going ham every day either. You just kind of live a balanced lifestyle. You kind of use the scale as a measurement. You're kind of feeling how do I feel? And you live your life. Nobody wants to sit around and count calories all the time. Nobody wants to sit around and not be able to have cake or feel really guilty when they eat candy. Nobody likes that, right? So if you want to live that lifestyle, we've got to think differently. And I've had ladies in my inbox before where they're talking about, well, I've always been heavy. I've always been the big girl, right? And that's like, okay, if you've always been that, it's not just about the doing. We have to work on the being, right? Like, are you being the person that can create the result? That is the most important thing if you want sustainable weight loss. There's a lot of stuff going on the internet right now, especially with the fruit diet or something like that. People are only eating fruit. And anything that you do for a temporary purpose, you're going to get a temporary result. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much weight you can lose. It doesn't matter. If you can't keep it off, it doesn't matter. If you lost 15 pounds in a month eating only fruit, number one, you just jacked up, you could have jacked up your metabolism, lost a whole bunch of muscle, which decreases your metabolism, and it makes it harder to lose weight in the long run. That's why we see these big fluctuations in, okay, I lost a whole bunch of weight, and then I gain it all back, because that's not sustainable. Okay, so I teach my clients sustainable lifestyle changes, but also sustainable thoughts in a specific model of how you need to think in order to get and keep the results that you want. So I'm going to go through some of these examples that I have. So I mentioned too just now, I'm going vegan or I'm going keto. So I hear this a lot, and I'm thinking of this one person on my timeline, which I don't think she's in here, but I'm not going to say her name. And I want to help her so bad, because I always see her. She's like going vegan, and she's showing her, and she cooks really well. You can tell like she can throw down. The girl can cook, but it's almost like a gimmick where we're doing this. I'm doing this. Someone with a fit mindset and who lives a fit lifestyle doesn't talk like that, right? We don't say, oh, I'm doing this, because when you're doing something, you're not being it. If it has to be like this announcement that you're going, like when I eat, I just eat, right? Like I create balance. I watch and monitor what I eat, but I'm not doing a program or doing a diet. That is not the language and vocabulary of someone who gets and keeps their result and lives a lifestyle. That is the language of somebody who is doing a diet, who is a dieter. That's the language, okay? So another one is, I ate bad, so I just undid all of the progress that I made, right? I had a bad weekend and I overate, and I just undid all of my progress. Or I went on vacation and I didn't monitor what I ate, and now all my progress is gone, right? This is all or nothing thinking. People with a fit mindset and a fit lifestyle don't talk like that, right? I know that one meal, one weekend, 1 week does not undo all of my progress that I have. And when we think like this, it makes you feel like you failed, like you did something wrong, like you made a mistake, and that you have to go and fix it and correct it. So some of my clients will like go and like over exercise, right? Because they ate too much. And that stimulates a negative relationship with food, where you're either restricting because you ate too much, or you're over exercising because you ate too much. And that's not how we want to treat our food, right? We want to be intentional about our food, and we want to be strategic about our food, but we do not want to get into this dynamic of having to earn calories, right? That is not a healthy dynamic, okay? So y'all let me know if this is making sense, okay? So another one is, I'll start on Monday. So this is probably the classic of, yeah, I'm starting my diet on Monday. When I hear this, again, I'm listening to what people say, and then I'm really writing down like what they are not saying. I'm like, why would you need to start over on Monday? What is the significance of Monday, right? A lot of times what we mean is like, number one, I'm going to commit on Monday. Number two, maybe I have a plan, right? And that everything changes on Monday. Versus someone with a fit mindset will think, okay, I'm falling off, I'm not showing up the way that I want to show up. So I'm going to take a walk today, right? Like it can be immediate. There can be an immediate shift. I don't have to wait for anything. And I think part of the reason why we don't do that, or some ladies that struggle with this, is because we feel like it needs to be this big bang, like everything needs to change, versus thinking I can just start by taking a walk this afternoon. Because we don't think that that's enough, right? When you don't think that the small things are enough, that's also a dieter's mentality. Because it can't be just as simple as taking a walk. Or a walk is really not going to burn that many calories, right? They're using exercise solely as a way to burn calories. And that is not the mindset of a fit person, right? We want to exercise to build muscle. We want to exercise to get fit, to feel good, to help our mood, our energy levels, right? But we don't want to use a workout solely for the purpose of how many calories can I burn. Okay, so we want to be thinking about how can I immediately shift, right? Maybe you did overeat. Maybe you did. What's my next right move? That's all you have to know. What's my next right move? Okay, I just overate. I ate a whole bunch of Oreos, right? That was like way too much. Now I'm not feeling good. Let me go take a walk after, and it's not to burn calories. I want to be really clear about that. It's not so you can burn calories. It's just the action of like turning it around sooner versus later to have to wait. So if it's Thursday and you overate, now you're waiting Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now like you've wasted time for no reason whatsoever but this block in your mind, right? It's not necessary. So again, the walk is not so you can go burn off the Oreos. The walk is so that you are putting action behind your intention and behind like what you want to create. And that can be immediate. That can be immediate shift. Like you don't have to wait for that. Okay. Another one I've often used. I'm starting the first of the month. Yeah, it's so funny because in my app, so when you get coached by me, I have my private app and my clients will mark off the tasks that they're completing. And it kind of looks like the, if you have an iPhone, like closing your ring, so you get to like see your completion rate for the habits that we're tracking. And every first of the month, it starts off with a fresh slate. And everybody always likes that because, it feels like a fresh start, right? So I want you to think about if that does it for you. If you like that, what would feel like a fresh start that's sooner than like Monday or the first of the month? Because you know what that really is? Ooh, our brain is so cunning because it's really procrastination. Right? It's actually procrastination because it's delaying doing the real work, which is starting now, right? Saying I'm going to start over on Monday or saying I'm going to start on the 1st is just a way to procrastinate right now because I don't really feel like doing it right now, or I don't even feel like sometimes thinking about what it is I could do. So I'm going to push that off until later, right? Because sometimes you start on Monday and sometimes you don't. But there's no significance of Monday. There's no significance of the 1st. It's just your brain's really sneaky way of procrastinating. Yeah, so let me know if that makes sense, y'all. So I'll start over on Monday. I'm going vegan. I'm going keto. I'm on program or I'm going on my diet. And I will hear my clients sometimes say this too. And I always tell them, like, it's not about my program. Like, yes, I have a program. I have a curriculum to help you with your mindset. I have a curriculum for your nutrition. I have got workouts inside of my app. Like, I've got you covered, okay? But it's not about my program. It really is about how can you collectively take what I'm trying to teach you, like the bones of it, and say, what is it that works for me? How does this look like in my lifestyle, right? If you're saying, well, I ate off program, like I never tell my clients don't eat something, like don't eat, oh no, you shouldn't be eating that. I never say that. Or I'm on my diet, or you're off program. That is language of a dieter. I don't want to diet. As soon as somebody tell me I can't have something, I start getting angry. I have a real rebellious spirit real quick. So on program, on diet, not the mindset of a fit person. Is this making sense, y'all? Y'all let me know. Okay, another really popular one is I fell off the wagon. Now this one is a really popular one. Kimberly said I have said that a lot. Yes, I fell off the wagon. My clients say this all the time. I fell off the wagon. You didn't fall off the wagon. Here's the problem with that sentence. It is a sentence and not a question, number one. Questions allow your brain to think farther and beyond just this statement of like, I fell off the wagon. So if you say, I fell off the wagon, your brain has no prompt to try and troubleshoot or figure it out. Consistency requires troubleshooting. And if you're not troubleshooting, then you're not being consistent. So I fell off the wagon means that I've been unintentional. I am not showing up for myself. And it kind of gives this like sentiment of I'm not like doing anything about it, right? Not to mention that it's not true. So a lot of times my clients will say this when they haven't been present, and sometimes like if they are off task, which will happen, like no one's perfect. You're going to get off task sometimes. And they will hide, right? So that they may not be coming to the calls, and I'll be messaging like, hey, what's going on? And I'm holding them accountable. And they're like, well, I fell off the wagon. And it's like, you're always taking care of your health. Like whether you know it or not, there is no such thing as really putting your health like not focusing on your health. You're always actually engaging with your health, right? Like sleep, our eating, how much water we're drinking, how much we're moving or not, right? We're always cultivating our health. So this idea that it stops and starts when we decide to start on Monday, this idea that it stops and starts when we go on vacation, or if something happens in your family and you have a crisis in your family, this idea that like you can stop and start. That's why I typically don't allow my clients to pause coaching with me unless this is something like really big. It's like your health journey includes all of the times where you're not working out every single week. It includes that. It includes the times where, you know, you're eating a lot of things that maybe aren't serving your goals. It includes that. It also includes naps. It includes rest. When you have a client who is going through some family stuff right now, and you know she's experiencing grief and loss, and what that might look like for your fitness journey, it might mean that I'm emotionally distraught right now, and I need to sleep, I need to rest, I need to feel my emotions, I need to journal, I need to cry. That is taking care of your health journey. And I need y'all to know that and not think I fell off the wagon. You didn't fall off the wagon. In this season, in this week, or in this month, my health journey looks different because I had a family crisis. And now I'm taking care of myself in this way versus thinking that it has to look like 4 workouts a week. It has to look like taking my walk every day. It has to look like this. And if it doesn't look like that, then I'm off the wagon. And that is not true. Your health journey and what is required of your body is going to ebb and flow. And we say that, and then when it actually ebbs and flows, we think something has gone wrong. When we actually need rest, we think something has gone wrong. And all of those times when things have gone awry, they're always part of your journey. You're not behind. That's another one. That's another thing that people will say sometimes. Like, oh, I'm behind on my workouts. I'm like, there's no such thing about of being behind. There's no such thing, right? Either you worked out or you didn't, right? You are never behind. You are where you're at. And the thought of being behind, think about that. Like, hold that thought in your mind and feel What emotions come up when you think I'm behind? I'm behind, right? I get anxious, get a little bit nervous. I feel like in a rush. I feel like right now is not good enough. That's not going to help you reach your goal, right? Even if it was true, that ain't helpful. That's not a helpful thought. I'm behind, right? And I try to remind my clients it's not about my program. So even if they've missed some things, um, they're not behind my program because the program really doesn't matter. The program is really to cultivate your own life, right? So I'm going vegan. I ate bad, so I lost all my progress. I'll start over on Monday. I'm on diet or on program. I fell off the wagon, and then the last one will be I need a break. I need a break from dieting, or I need a break from taking care of myself, right? It's like, well, there is no such thing. There's no such thing as taking a break. You're always taking care of your health or engaging in some sort of health behavior, whether it's good or not so great for your health. You're taking this with you all the time. So there is no such thing as taking a break. If you feel like you need to take a break, you know you're dieting. Or you are approaching the lifestyle change like you're approaching a diet. And that is never going to get you a lifestyle change. You can't approach the lifestyle change with the same mentality that you approach the diet. And this is something that I'm working with a client right now on because she's very much like, especially when we started, like, wow, I gotta go, I gotta get it up. And I'm like, that's not the energy that we want. Like, I don't want to discourage her from doing things, but you will burn yourself out if you approach this like a challenge, right? Like when we start a challenge, 30-day challenge, right? You're all in, you're like all excited, let's go. That is going to fade. That level of energy is not sustainable, which means that your habits and your execution is also not sustainable, which means the result that you get from doing that is also not sustainable. You have to find a level where here's challenge level energy, here's I'm not doing a doggone thing, and this is where you need to be, somewhere in between, to where this is doable, this feels simple, I can do this, right? And understand that that's going to ebb and flow just a little bit based on things that are going to happen in life, and that is totally okay. Let me know if this is making sense. Can you think of any other ones that you have said that you're like, oh yeah, like that's something that I've said that I know is not going to help me get my result? Okay. So these are thoughts of a person who is doing a program versus living a lifestyle. And this is what I teach my clients is how to live the lifestyle, right? Someone who lives a fit lifestyle knows that rest is okay. That rest is part of being productive and is part of your journey. And it doesn't feel like I'm being lazy or I've fallen off because I'm resting, right? Someone who is living a lifestyle knows, dang, can't get my whole workout in today, but I can take a walk. I'll just take a walk, right? And for someone who's dieting, they might feel like a walk isn't enough. That's never going to help me. How am I going to, that's not going to help me, right? That is a dieter mentality, right? A person who's living a fit lifestyle is like, hey, ooh, I ate too much. And I really enjoyed my food, right? I really enjoyed my food. Let me make sure that I'm really intentional for breakfast tomorrow. Right? Just, it's not a big deal. I can just plan it in my head and just think, okay, this is what I'm going to have. And a lot of us are actually avoiding thinking, which is why mindset is so important, because it's thinking. And you will be so surprised at how people will avoid thinking, avoid making decisions. Think about it. A decision is just a thought, and we avoid making decisions. And a lot of times it's because we're trying to do everything and we get decision fatigue, and then we start procrastinating on making decisions because it feels stressful, right? So we want to make sure that we're thinking thoughts, and I take my clients through a process so that they can clearly be more aware of their thoughts. And when you start noticing, oh, because a lot of times my clients will be talking and they don't even hear what they're saying. They're just on autopilot. Just kind of like when you're driving and maybe you're going from home to work or from work to home, and you're like, dang, I didn't even remember the last 5 minutes. I don't even remember how I got here, because your brain's just on autopilot. Our thoughts do the same thing. And when you think the same thought over and over again, it becomes easier and easier for your brain to think that thought. That's why we have to practice during our intentional time alone, which is what I call our power hour, to think on purpose. We are thinking on purpose, right? So a fit lifestyle, person who thinks in a fit way, does not catastrophize one meal or one weekend or 1 week, right? They don't make that 1 week mean so much about who they are and what they can do, right? The only reason why you've really been yo-yo dieting is because of your thoughts, because of all or nothing thinking, and because of really rigid rules that you've made for yourself. And you think that the rules are helping you. You think that like negative self-talk is helping you, telling you just do it, hurry up, why am I being so lazy, right? Or your rigid rules of like, I need to work out every single day for 6 days a week, I'm going to do 2-a-days. You think that's helping you, that's going to help you get to your result faster, and it's not. They're actually making you feel like you're failing because they're not sustainable, right? Your journey to stop dieting and to just live a fit lifestyle and not have to worry about like counting every calorie or restricting foods or skipping meals starts in your mind, right? And we're not working on our mindset enough, which is why I help my clients think powerful thoughts so they can live a powerful lifestyle, right? And lose weight without restricting food or skipping meals, y'all. I like to eat. I'm not trying to skip no meals. And you don't have to skip meals in order to lose weight. And really in a sustainable way. And I'm not saying intermittent fasting is bad, all the way bad. I've seen some windows work, but you have to still know what you're eating inside your window, right? It doesn't remove you from understanding your nutrition, because you still have numbers that probably you need to hit inside your window. And if you're not doing that, then you're missing out on an opportunity, right? So let me know if this made sense or if this was helpful, you guys. I want you to be really, really cognizant of your thoughts. And what are you thinking? And is that thought going to help you get the result that you want? If you are interested in joining the Fit Figure Formula, the link is in the pinned announcement. You can book a call. What we do on that call, we just talk. I literally just ask you a million questions about yourself and about what you really want and what you're really after, right? Like, we think that weight loss is going to give us like some confidence or a good feeling, and sometimes we're after this feeling, right? And I can help you not only lose weight, but I can also help you feel that feeling now, so that you're not waiting to live your life, right? You're not waiting to create those feelings that are actually already available to you right now. So Torrin said, all of this makes perfectly good sense. And if I want something bad, I enjoy it, but I jump on it back to the next day. I try to give myself 30 minutes to do something, and some days I do more. Yeah. Yesterday I was struggling because I have a project that I'm working on right now that I don't really want to do. And I did the Pomodoro method, which is I set a timer. Timers be working. I don't know. Our brain just likes a process. Set a timer for 20 or 30 minutes, and I work on one thing, and then I give myself a break. And then I go back in and work on one thing. And our brain likes a process, and I could get my energy behind saying, okay, just focus for 20 minutes. And guess what? When that 20-minute timer went off, I work a little bit more because I'm like, I'm already in the flow. Let me just finish this. We do that all the time, right? If you know how your brain operates, you can use your brain and the way that it naturally functions to actually reach the goals that you want. Very helpful. Thank you. Lakeisha, thank you. Thank y'all for watching, y'all. Thanks for being here on a Sunday. I will be going live. I can't remember if I already scheduled my live for this week, but I am going to be talking about rest and recovery pretty soon. The Fit Figure Formula is open for enrollment. We close in, I forget how many days, but the current group is going to be ending pretty soon. So I'm excited to welcome in any new ladies that want to join. If you have questions, let me know. All right. Talk to you guys later.